updated, and I think it was Thursday afternoon that it tanked. And what's interesting is I also saw like Naked stocks. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it seems like Naked and then a couple other brands have just been brought into this movement.
Absolutely.
What do you
So
know why that is?
yeah, so this is what's crazy. So people always, I mean, this is just like human, psychology almost. People want to make a quick profit, and people hate being left out. There's a lot of people that are seeing GameStop skyrocketing, and they think they missed the bus, but they don't want to miss the bus, right? No one likes to think that they missed out on the next big thing.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to artificially create this next big thing.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of other stocks that everyone online has done the same exact thing that they did to GameStop. So they did it to AMC, right? Movies. They did it to Blackberry. They did it to the stereo company called Koss. And this is actually interesting for me. So last Tuesday, I started a stock game in one of my finance classes. And so 10% of our grade is just investing in the stock market. And I am only allowed to short stock. I'm not allowed to buy anything. I have to sell short for all of my money. Koss is a company. They have 37 employees, and they sell stereos and headphones on Amazon. And if you look them up, they're garbage. So one of the headphones they sell is like $6. Their average one is like $20. They don't have great reviews. They were trading for $3 a share and not moving a week ago. They went up to $110 because they have such a low volume that people decided if everyone buys it once, it'll drive up the stock price. And I actually sold short in this game on Koss. And currently I had $100,000 to invest. And currently I'm worth negative $200,000. Now, eventually I would have to think I'll make my money back. I'm not particularly worried because my professor, a lot of people in our class actually are bankrupt, the people that were forced to sell short. And he's like, obviously, I'm not going to hold this against you. But it's fascinating because the reason why Koss isn't going down right now is because there's so many people in real life thinking the same exact thing. So like, it's worth so much now, we're going to sell short. But the more people that sell short is going to force more people to buy. And eventually, if these shorts lose enough money, they're going to be forced to cover their position. So
this is just a random company. There's no reason why people pick this specific one.
They picked it specifically because there's an extremely low float. So there's not many shares that can be bought and sold. And so if everyone buys all the shares that can be bought and sold, right, the less supply that's out in the market will drive up price. It's simple, supply and demand. Demand increases. There's a lessening of quantity supplied and price will increase.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing right now.
So with GameStop and AMC, Blackberry, these bigger companies, were these specific companies chosen because these were the companies that these billionaires were selling short and they wanted to screw them over? That's specifically
That's exactly
why those?
It.
Okay.
So there's actually a really interesting article that I was reading the other day, and the top 10 most shorted stocks of the past month have increased over 100% on average. So this is all public knowledge. You can actually read up on the most common shorted stocks. All of these stocks were stocks that were looking like they were going bankrupt. AMC looked like they were going bankrupt. So many people are shorting these stocks that everyone decided we're going to buy. Now, the difference between all of these random corporations and GameStop is the only corporation that still has and actually had a higher short to float ratio, which means there are more people shorting than shares available. AMC doesn't have that. I think AMC was 70%. So it wasn't this crazy ratio, but like anything else, if enough people decide that's going to go up and they buy, then it will. But eventually it will correct. It will go down and there will be a lot of people holding these shares that are completely worthless.
Yeah. So